Welcome to our channel. Today's story is about Max, a quiet high school student from Oregon who always felt different from everyone around him. But sometimes, being different helps you find your own path in life. This story is told in simple American English, perfect for beginner learners. Let's begin the story of The Odd One Out. House with Garden Chapter 1, Max in the Small Town. Max lived in a small town called Pineville in Oregon, USA. It was a peaceful town with green trees, clear skies, and friendly neighbors. Max was 15 years old and went to Pineville High School. He was in 10th grade, but Max didn't feel like other kids at school. He didn't like football. He didn't enjoy video games. He didn't care about TikTok or fashion. Instead, Max liked reading books about science, stars, and inventions. He liked watching birds in the park and writing in his notebook. He didn't have many friends. He usually sat alone at lunch. Some students called him weird or the science guy. At first, those names made him sad. But after some time, he just smiled and stayed quiet. Books Chapter 2, Life at School. School was not easy for Max. In the morning, he walked to school with his backpack, full of books and a lunchbox his mom packed. In class, he listened to the teacher, took notes, and asked questions. His favorite subjects were science and geography, but during break time, Max stayed in the library. He sat in the corner, reading books about space, nature, and clean energy. Other kids ran around, played games, and talked about movies. Max didn't join them. Sometimes, he wanted to talk to someone, but he didn't know what to say. He was shy. One day, a boy named Jordan laughed and said, "Why are you always reading those boring books? You should live in a lab." "Not here." Everyone laughed. Max just looked down and said nothing, but deep inside, he was hurt. That night, he told his mom, "I wish I could be like them." His mom smiled and said, "No, Max. The world needs kids like you. You see things others don't." Test Tube Chapter 3, The Science Fair. One morning, Max saw a big poster on the school wall. It read, "Party Popper Annual Science Fair. Winner gets $1,000 and a trip to Washington, D.C. Party Popper. Max stood in front of the poster for a long time. He felt something spark inside him. That day, he went home and told his parents, "I want to join the science fair." His dad said, "That's great. What's your idea?" Max said, "I want to build a solar-powered water filter. It can clean dirty water using sunlight. I read about how many villages in the world don't have clean water." His parents looked at each other and smiled. "You've got a big heart, Max," his mom said. Wrench Chapter 4, Working Hard. For the next 4 weeks, Max worked every day after school. He read articles, watched videos, and wrote notes. He made a model using plastic bottles, sand, mirrors, and small solar panels from an old toy. His room was a mess. There were wires, papers, and tools everywhere. At night, Max was tired but happy. He tested the filter again and again. Sometimes it didn't work, but Max didn't give up. He thought about the kids in other countries who had no clean water. "If this can help even one person," he said, "it's worth it." Adult Microscope Chapter 5, The Day of the Fair. The science fair was on a sunny Saturday morning in the school gym. students, and parents came with colorful projects. There were robot arms, volcano models, coding games, and glowing lights. Max stood in the corner with his simple table and a clear glass of dirty water. Some kids walked past and laughed. That's it? A bottle and water? Max smiled. Wait and see. When the judges came, Max spoke clearly. This is a solar-powered water filter. It cleans dirty water using the sun. It's cheap and easy to make. It could help people in poor areas. The judges were impressed. They asked questions. Max answered them with calm and confidence. Trophy Chapter 6. The results. A week later, the school announced the results. Max sat quietly in class, not expecting anything. Then the principal came in with a big smile. He said, "We're proud to announce the winner of this year's science fair, Max Thompson." Everyone turned to look at Max. He was shocked. His classmates clapped. Even Jordan said, "Whoa. I didn't think he'd win. Cool job, man." Max stood up, shaking. He had never felt this proud before. Newspaper Chapter 7. Local hero. Max's story was in the local newspaper. Newspaper Smart Student Builds Solar Filter. Wins State Science Fair. The school gave him a medal and a gift card, but the best prize was the trip to Washington, D.C., to visit the National Science Museum. He saw real inventions, met other science lovers, and took photos with famous engineers. He even gave a short talk about his project. Back home, kids started to see him differently. One boy asked, "Hey, Max, can you help me with my science homework?" Another girl said, "I liked your speech. You made it so easy to understand." Glowing Star Chapter 8. Still Max. Max didn't become a superstar. He didn't change who he was. He still liked quiet mornings. He still went to the library. He still watched birds. But now, he had more confidence. He knew that being odd wasn't bad. It just meant he was unique. Thank you for listening to The Odd One Out. Max's story reminds us that it's okay to be different. Sometimes, the quietest people have the biggest ideas, and those who stand alone may one day stand out.